In the summer of 2018, Chris Watts appeared to have the perfect family. Shanann, his wife of 6 years, their 2 daughters, Bella and Celeste, and a baby boy on the way. But beneath the surface of this happy family life, dark secrets were festering that would soon shatter everything. Shanann was active on social media, sharing nearly every aspect of her life. Her Facebook page painted a picture of happiness, loving posts about Chris, and videos of their children playing. To the outside world, the Watts family seemed perfect, but Shanann's posts didn't capture the growing tension behind closed doors. In these videos, Shanann praised Chris for being a wonderful husband and father, but little did she know that Chris was living a double life. His cold detachment would soon take a tragic turn.
Tell him you love him.
You're welcome. We love you.
Say love you.
Candy.
Oh yeah, shoot, that's in here.
August 13th, 2018 seemed like any other night. Shanann returned home from a business trip at 2 a.m., tired but unaware of the horror that awaited her. It was the last time she would be seen alive. The next day, after Shanann missed a scheduled doctor's appointment, her friend Nicole Atkinson became worried. Officers asked Chris questions about the doorbell, then proceed to search the house.
The proximity should hit up.
Okay, and if you had anything on that today?
Just her friends.
And what time was that?
12:10 and about 10 minutes afternoon.
Okay. But nothing between the time when she got here this morning?
Like she got here at 2. Only thing
this morning?
Yeah, 2 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
Like 1:48 on here. And the only thing that was weird was that the garage door said it was left open after I left. And it might have been the sensor, but like my phone doesn't show when
For your alarm?
Yeah, it doesn't show if it shuts.
And who's your alarm through?
Vivid.
Okay.
But Nikki, her friend that came here about 12:10, she said the garage door was shut when she got here.
Okay.
That was the only thing that was weird.
All right. Were you going to hang out there, or you want to come in here? Okay.
Nicole called the police, who quickly arrived at the Watts home. They searched the house, finding Shanann's purse, phone, and car, things she would never leave behind. Her daughters, Bella and Celeste, were also missing. Chris Watts, who had already returned from work, appeared cooperative but strangely calm.
Whose phone is that?
I believe that is his. Mom overtook hers. That's vomiting.
Is that a diary, or what is that?
It's for work, I believe. I was thinking it was possibly a diary, but it's talking about like motivation stuff.
How did you say the kids were?
Forest.
This is very neat for having 2 little kids.
To everyone around him, Chris seemed like a concerned husband, but his behavior didn't add up. The mystery deepened as hours passed with no word from Shanann or the children.
The doctor get confused with all the stuff
Correct.
going on.
So you can leave that there? You can leave your camera there?
I'll break it up.
Okay,
Yeah,
we just...
I don't want to mess you guys up at all. Because my son has,
Dispatch 509 to turn. And she just get her dog off that duck and show me in service, please.
What's that? Oh, the dog, Peter. He's in the back.
He's in the back.
Step down.
Yeah, just in the driveway is totally fine. Go over there with her real quick.
Just a day after his family was reported missing, Chris stood before TV cameras, pleading for their safe return. But something about his demeanor struck viewers as off. He seemed too composed, too emotionless for a man whose family had disappeared without a trace.
Chris Watts, W-A-T-T-S.
What's going on right now around your house?
Right now, it's got K-9 units, the sheriff's department. Everybody's like they're doing their best right now to figure out like if they can get a scent, see where they went. If they went on foot, they went in a car, or they went somewhere. And right now, it's just like they've been on point. They're going through the house trying to get a scent, and hopefully they can pick something up to where it's going to lead to something.
What happened? Your wife came home. Tell me what's.
She came home from the airport 2 a.m. and I left around 5:15. She was still here, and like about 12:10 in that afternoon, her friend Nicole showed up at the door. Like I had texted Shanann a few times that day, called her, say but she never got back to me. But she wasn't getting back to any of her people as well, and that's what really concerned a lot of people. Is like if she's not getting back to her, like if she doesn't get back to me, that's fine. Like she gets busy during the day, but she didn't get back to her people, which was very concerning. And Nicole called me when she was at the door, and that's when I came home. And then walked in the house, and nothing has vanished. Nothing was here. I mean, she wasn't here. The kids weren't here. Nope, nobody was here.
What's your wife's name?
Shanann, S-H-A-N-A-N-N.
What's your kids' name?
Bella and Celeste.
How do you spell Celeste?
C-E-L-E-S-T-E.
How old are your daughters?
4. Bella's 4. Celeste is 3.
And so, how many times did you try calling her?
I called her 3 times, texted her about 3 times, just to say, what's going on. Like because after I called her and texted her once, it's like maybe she was just busy. Like she had just gotten back. Like everybody's probably calling her from her trip. She just got back from Arizona, and I figured she was just busy. But when her friend showed up, that's what it was like. It registered like, all right, this isn't right.
Do you think she just took off? Do you think?
I mean, right now I don't even want to just like throw anything out there. Like I hope that she's somewhere safe right now and with the kids. But I mean, could she just taken off? I don't know. But if somebody has her and they're not safe, like I want them back now. Like that's what's in my head. Like if they're safe right now, they're gonna come back. But if they're not safe right now, that's the not knowing part. Like if they're not safe, last night I had every light in the house on. I was hoping that I would just ran over by the kids running in the door and just like barrel rushing me, but it didn't happen. And it was just a traumatic night trying to be here.
I'm gonna ask some kind of tough questions about your relationship with your kids.
My kids are my life. I mean, those smiles light up my life. And there's like, I mean, last night, like during when they usually eat dinner, it was just like I missed them. Like, I mean, I missed telling them, hey, you got to eat that, or you're not gonna get your dessert. And just like you're not gonna get your snack afterward. I missed that. Like I missed them. cuddle up on their couches. They have like a Minnie Mouse couch and a Sophia couch that they cuddle up on and watch, Bubble Guppies or something. And it was just like, it was tearing me apart last night, and I needed that. I needed that last night, and for nobody to be here last night and to go into their rooms and know that I wasn't going to turn the rain machines on, and I know that I wasn't going to turn their monitor on, and know I wasn't going to kiss them to bed tonight. It was that's why last night was just horrible. I couldn't do it. I want everybody to just come home. Like wherever they're at, come home.
The public quickly picked up on these signs. Chris's interview went viral, sparking debates online. His cold, distant expression during such a tragic time raised suspicion among viewers, and some believed he knew more than he was letting on. Behind the scenes, investigators were hard at work. Chris had given conflicting stories about the morning his family vanished. Detectives knew something wasn't right. They began piecing together evidence, focusing on Chris as their prime suspect. On August 15th, just 2 days after his family disappeared, Chris agreed to take a polygraph test. Investigators hoped this would reveal the truth about his involvement.
Before 2018, did you ever say anything out of anger to a loved one?
Yes. No.
Do you know where Shanann is now?
No.
Are you now in the state of Colorado?
Yes.
Before 2018, have you ever wanted to hurt someone to get even with them?
No.
Did you physically cause Shanann's disappearance?
No.
On August 15th, just 2 days after his family disappeared, Chris agreed to take a polygraph test. Investigators hoped this would reveal the truth about his involvement. Under pressure, Chris cracked, offering a shocking confession, but it wasn't the whole truth. He claimed Shanann had strangled their daughters after an argument, and in a fit of rage, he killed her. Detectives weren't convinced. This story didn't match the evidence.
Chris, help us work through this with you, okay? Will you tell us what you told your dad?
After that conversation.
Water, I think, son.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
After that conversation we had, and she accused me of the affair, in her heart, she knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And she knew about the dinner the other night. It was too much for just me.
About what now?
Finally, Chris revealed the horrible truth. He had killed Shanann in their bedroom, then drove his daughters, still alive, to an oil field where he worked. There, he suffocated Bella and Celeste before disposing of their bodies in oil tanks. His confession sent shockwaves across the nation. At the oil field, Bella and Celeste's remains were found inside crude oil tanks, while Shanann was buried in a shallow grave nearby. The manner of their deaths was unspeakable. Chris Watts had betrayed the very people who loved him the most. But why would a seemingly normal man commit such monstrous acts? Investigators uncovered that Chris had been having an affair with a woman named Nicole Kessinger. He had lied to her, claiming he was in the process of divorcing Shanann, while secretly planning to escape his family life for a fresh start. Texts between Chris and Nicole revealed the depth of his deception. He had been telling her they would be together soon, while ignoring his wife's pleas to save their marriage. Shanann, sensing something was wrong, had been texting Chris in the days leading up to her death, begging him to reconnect, but Chris had already made up his mind. Chris was arrested and charged with the murders of Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and their unborn son, Nico. The case never went to trial. Chris accepted a plea deal in exchange for avoiding the death penalty. In November 2018, he was sentenced to 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole. Shanann's family gave heartbreaking statements in court, describing the pain and loss they would carry forever. Chris sat emotionless as they spoke, a stark reminder of the man who had once seemed so devoted to his family.
Shanann, Bella, and Nico love and caring people. They love life. They love being around people who love them. They always had good times. This is the first time they went to the beach this year, and they loved it. But God only knows what happened that night. Life will never be the same without Shanann, Bella, and Celeste and Nico. Had all their lives to live. They were taken by a heartless one. This is the heartless one, the evil monster, who dare you take the lives of my daughter Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and Nico. I trusted you to take care of them, not kill them. And they also trusted you. The heartless monster, and then you take them out like trash. You disgust me. They were loving and caring people. You may have taken their bodies from me, but you will never take the love they had for me. They loved us more than you will ever know, because you don't know what love is. Because if you did, you would not have killed them. You monster, thought you would get away with this. I don't know how. The cameras do not lie. You carry them out like trash of the house. Yes, I seen the videotape. You buried my daughter Shanann and Nico in a shallow grave, and then you put Bella and Celeste in huge containers of crude oil. You heartless monster. You have to live with this vision every day of your life, and I hope you see that every time you close your eyes at night. Oh, I forgot. You have no heart or feelings or love. Let me tell you something. I will think of them every day of my life, and I love them every day of my life. Prison is too good for you. This is hard to say, but may God have mercy on your soul. I hope you enjoy your new life. It's nothing like the one you had out here. May the courts have no mercy on you. It's hard every day. It hurts in so many ways. I have heard people say that you're not a monster. No, you are not. You're an evil monster. Thank you. Love you, Shanann, Bella, and Nico. Love you, Pop and Dad. And one other thing. And Shanann says she is super excited for justice today. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
The case of Chris Watts gripped the public like few others. The combination of his seemingly perfect life, the gruesome nature of the murders, and his shocking confession made this case a national obsession. Documentaries and news specials explored every angle, trying to understand how such a betrayal could occur. Memorials sprang up in the Watts' hometown as friends, family, and strangers came together to mourn the loss of 3 innocent lives. Shanann's family has continued to fight for awareness of domestic violence, hoping to prevent other families from suffering the same fate. Chris Watts now lives out his days in prison, isolated from the world he once knew. Although he avoided the death penalty, his life is effectively over. But for the families of Shanann, Bella, and Celeste, no punishment will ever be enough to make up for the loss they've endured. This case serves as a stark reminder of the hidden dangers in abusive relationships, and the lengths some people will go to when driven by greed, selfishness, and deceit. Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and Nico were taken far too soon by someone they trusted. Their story is a heartbreaking reminder of the dangers that can exist within even the most seemingly perfect families. What drives a person to commit such evil? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth true crime stories.